Doobity doo doo doobity doo 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 doobity doo doo doobity doo doobity doo doo doo. It's a doozy. What's up? Nintendo has just half announced, half confirmed the new 3DS. It was actually about a day ago, but I tried doing recordings of this rant, but you know, every time I try to rant about it, there's new info coming out. So like, yeah, first time there's pictures of it, so I failed the first time. The second time I found there's a video, so second time don't work. Third time, too crappy. So here it is. A day later, I sat on it. I recited a bit of my rant because I want this to go perfectly. Now, I've also been told I've been infringing copyrights up and down, forward and backward, and bananas. So I removed all the ads. You can actually check out the PSA in the link in the description below where I posted on my channel. But there's one thing I could do if I were to put any reveal trailers or commercials. I have to talk about it. Fair use, buddy. Fair use. So, here it is, the announcement trailer. Enjoy. Wow, that was incredible. But I want to talk about it. I'm not like I was floored when I first saw the trailer, but you know what? There's too much information about the new 3DS that one article won't do it justice. But in this video, I'm gonna use Kotaku's article. So I'm just gonna put Kotaku's in the description below. Also, there won't be any quote boxes today. Why? It's because those quote boxes, like, there's so little text and so much pictures. I'd rather show you pictures of the damn system. First off, roll the first image. Look at this. The new 3DS LL, which is in Japan, it's called LL, and the new 3DS. Okay? I've seen the 3DS, like, it looks like it took some design cues from the iPhone 5, because, you know, that window that allows things. And, second picture, it comes in white and black, the original 3DS, and LL, blue and black. Now, the third picture is kind of emotional. I used to own a Super Nintendo. But like, those buttons are the lavender and purple ones. The colorful ones, the red, blue, yellow, green ones from the Famicom, the Super Famicom. Oh my god! Oh, I'm kind of surprised Nintendo did this, but like, I'm in love with the new buttons. Oh my god, they look so cool. Like I'm surprised Nintendo did this, and it's a pleasant surprise. Fourth picture. Oh, they took some design cues. See that nub on top of the face buttons? Like, they're apparently different in the XL. It's actually called a C stick. Sound familiar? Yes, it's because it's from the GameCube era. There's this thing called the C-Stick, and what you do, it's basically like a little analog nub that you can use to control Wario in his little adventures, and I think other games. So like I only had like WarioWare and stuff, so didn't get to use the C-Stick very much. Alright, so it is called the C-Stick, and it's like a little nub. So, next picture. Look at this. It's in Japanese. I read a little bit of Japanese. I can probably tell you just by looking at the picture. You can probably tell. First off, in the middle, it's probably the biggest change to the DS line to not Game Boy, Nintendo handhelds in general, not just Game Boy, because Nintendo handhelds had their game card slots in the back. This one they put in the front. And next to it is the headphone jack, the stylus, and the power button, which is also another surprise. Next picture. ZR, ZL. These are the two no trigger buttons that we'll be adding. So they have the control scheme of a big time controller, not like they're missing a stick, missing two shoulder buttons. You got everything on this piece of shit. You got ZR and ZL, a second set of buttons. Now one thing to note is that they're next to each other instead of parallel to each other, which is like what I think is sort of a classic controller-esque and like kind of fit your fingers because your fingers don't have to move around the controller. I don't know if it's a good or bad thing. Not the Pro, the original classic controller. And yeah. So next picture, this showcases the auto brightness. It's like on the iPhone. There's a toggle that allows for auto brightness. You can turn it on or off, and it's rather intelligent. 3D viewing. This is a doozy. Next one. LL. Oh, shit. Why did I just read the picture? Look at the difference. These two pictures, I know they're promotional purposes, but like, there is a thing called the sweet spot. If you move out the sweet spot for just a bit, your 3DS, those 3D effects will go away, and you can't see those sweet-ass visuals. This, they say the claim it will adjust according to where your head is positioned. Now, it's like a DSi where. Next, this is a diagram showing you the where your head's supposed to be at, and like yeah, so like it auto tracks your head. It's like a DSi. There's like a game for it tracks your head via the front facing camera, and like you're looking inside the cardboard box. It's very cool. All right, next, look at Mario on the touch screen. Touch screen. This is the amiibo thing. Now, for those of you who don't know what an amiibo is, it's basically there's like a figure you can put it on the NFC reader, and like there's bonus content. It's like Nintendo's way of doing DLC. So like you can get additional content and whatnot on there. So like I forgot to mention you can use this in Smash Bros. In Smash 4, the C-Stick is also used for special attacks. Now at next picture, this is worth noting. Apparently, the new 3DS name is final. It isn't. It's like the naming again with the new iPad. Like I don't really get it. It's like if you put another 3DS out, would this still be new? Will they discontinue this new? Like, cause this is what happened to the iPad 3. It was called the new iPad. So like iPad 2 came out, the iPad was still there. iPad 3 came out, they ditched the first iPad. They put iPad 2 on there. But when they came out with the fourth iPad, they don't ditch the second iPad. They kept the second iPad. They ditched the quote-unquote the new iPad. So I'm a little bit worried about this naming. I'm also worried about communication errors. So like, I want a new 3DS GameStop. I was like, so it's like an original brand new 3DS, or like a second-hand new 3DS? Yeah, you get the idea. And next picture, if you remove the back panel, not only will you see the battery, you can use it to destroy, you'll also see the micro SD card slot. So this will replace the SD card slot, and so basically you actually have to lift the lid. Now, I'm kind of on the fence on using micro SD cards because they're small, they're fragile, and there's a lot of copycats and counterfeits, so I'm not into micro SD. I really hope they have a way to do that. Alright, next picture, speed. Really improved on the speed. Try to boast speed, 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 speed. Then the last picture of this slideshow-esque thing, you see the pricing. 3DS, 16,000 yen, and 3SLL, or the XL, 18,800 yen in Japan, and it's set to launch October 11th this year. Now, for United States and Western releases, Nintendo says it won't come until 2015. What is my verdict on this? Fuck you, Nintendo. Look, because of the new C-Stick and the new analog buttons, are you gonna make those games, like those new games specifically designed with the C-Stick in mind, obsolete? Like, make those 3DS obsolete only after 3 years it was out? I bought mine in April of 2011. Even if it's 3 years, why? Can't I have, like, a perfectly good console for 3+ years without worrying it go obsolete? One of my relatives, one of my friends, he has a Game Boy. It's from 1991, I think. I forgot. And it's old as fuck. But he can still use it for his games. He can still play on it just fine. We don't have to worry about it being obsolete because... But now, you have new games come out that makes your current system obsolete. What the fuck is this shit, Nintendo? And you're gonna stamp new on there? And like, I appreciate the naming thing. Like, I appreciate something like iPhone 4S. At least people know it's S, not the new iPhone 4. You know what? Pro tip, man. Pro tip. If Apple used that, pro tip, man. When back in 2010, when the iPhone 4 came out, I want a new iPhone 4. And are you gonna make the 3DS is selling extremely well? Are you gonna leave those players in the dust? Or are you gonna leave people who bought the original 3DS just sitting there with an old 3DS that can play new games? It's not like a console for 6 or 7 years. It's probably a good time to upgrade. But only 3 years? One half? Damn, even the original DS, it doesn't really have a real successor until like 2009, 2010. When the DSi came out, and it wasn't a real successor. People still bought the DS Lite. That's where the millions and billions of sales keep pouring in. And you're just gonna leave us in the dust. Us spending 2,000, 3,000, well, not really that much, 300, 400, maybe exaggerating a bit, on these consoles, on these games, are just gonna, so it's gonna go obsolete. What about the Circle Pad Pro then? That also has the new analog stick and 2 shoulder buttons. Bruh. Nintendo has announced that the new 3DS, the newer one, I'm gonna call it the 2014 3DS, the 2014 3DS has games that are not compatible, even if you have a Circle Pad Pro, with the 2011 3DS. One example, Xenoblade Chronicles. Where the fuck are you going, Nintendo? I'm gonna flip you the bird. I'm gonna let you face the one thing. You disappoint me big time, Nintendo. I'm very disappointed you just left us in dust after only 3 years. I still have lots of fun with my 3DS to this day, and you're just gonna throw me in the dust and throw millions of 3DS owners in the dust. I am very disappointed in how you treat us. I'll see you later.